what it was. Y'all know who it is. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge of Self. And this ain't shit but a little cosmic insight real quick. And look, man, we already behind, so we ain't gonna waste no time. And in doing that, man, that means we're gonna dive right here first into this Pluto series. And today, this might prompt us to ask you, what about your friends? You know what I'm saying? How are you conducting yourself in society? You know what I'm saying? How do you do in group dynamics? Because this right here, this gonna be a little something about those people that have Pluto in the 11th house of their natal chart. And before I can even get to that part, man, what the fuck I'm gonna do first is two things. First, I have a little book recommendation for you. Yeah, I'm gonna keep hitting y'all with gems, man. And this book in particular, it's not astrology based. It has to do with reincarnation. It has to do with, you know, past life stuff. And a lot of people ask me about this stuff, and that's why I'm gonna bring y'all the information that you need, man, because astrology is tied into reincarnational experiences. Numerology is tied into it especially. You get what I mean? So, hey, man, you just might find out some profound things. But the book recommendation I have for you is called Memories of Heaven by Dr. Wayne Dyer and D. Barnes. And it is a children's astounding recollections of the times before they came to Earth. Yeah. The life you had before this life. And not necessarily your physical life, you know, that time on the other side when you were preparing to come here, you know, your soul's life. So that's beautiful, man. Memories of Heaven by Dr. Wayne Dyer and D. Barnes. I don't know if I said D. Barnes earlier. That's somebody totally different. I think that's off an Eminem song, right? D. Barnes, okay? Memories of Heaven. Anyway, and so what else I'm going to do, you already know. I'm going to bring y'all a little bit about Pluto, and then I'm going to bring y'all a little bit on what the 11th house means. So with that being said, let's get this shit all the way cracking, huh? I don't know. Maybe that's a Plutonian vibe and shit. You know what I'm saying? I need to leave the camera alone, but I ain't getting swole right. Anyway, man. In astrology, you know, Pluto's kind of like the great revealer. And wherever Pluto shows up in the chart, that's pretty often a very dark night before the dawn, man. Pluto's about power, magnetism, death, depth, sex, transformation, rebirth, domination. You know what I'm saying? Pluto resides in the primordial ooze of your character. Yeah. And it brings mind-purging regeneration by releasing buried pockets of power from core truths. Yeah. And Pluto, for me, is the planet of creative destruction. Yeah. In your birth chart, Pluto is going to show the areas of your life that you'll personally face the intense power of creation through destruction. Yeah. It's the vessel through which little compressed pockets of magic, spirit, and primal energy kind of lie in wait to be activated either by self-provocation or outside traumatic events. Yeah. And, you know, it's kind of because of this that Pluto's so feared. But the thing is that wherever it shows up in your motherfucking chart, it's going to put you on the showdown between your greatest fears of being destroyed and the pursuits of whatever your heart really longs for the most. You know, your obsessions, your desires, your compulsions. Pluto's about that too. You know, Pluto's gonna make you transform and let go and surrender, even if your ego tries to hold on to its defenses. Pluto's about taking control. And it can give you power, or it can show you how to get somebody else's power. Okay? And so, what's the 11th house? The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius and the planets of Uranus and Saturn to a lesser degree. And it's here that we kind of find our goals and objectives, our friendships and, you know, memberships of any certain groups, gangs, or associations. This is society. This is social media. You know what I'm saying? The work that's represented in the 10th house is released through the unique individual doing, you know what I'm saying, the activities and exhibiting the energies of whatever planets show up in the 11th house, if that makes sense. You know, the 11th house is It could be, like I said, it could be your friends. There's a lot of stuff it could be, man. The 11th house is really kind of misunderstood in a way. And people are going to tell you it's this or that, but this is Uranus. So this is revolutionary shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's really all about society, social media, your friendships, your groups, your gang, your squad. You know what I'm saying? And just the collective. The 11th house is the collective. And so what about people that are born with Pluto in the 11th house? So largely by definition, these are the lone wolves, man. The ones that stand out from the crowd and seem to be non-compliant with the unspoken rules of respecting the status quo. Yeah, because group dynamics always involve some sort of code, like, you know what I'm saying, don't disrupt the peace and mind your own business. And, you know what I'm saying, that there's a time and a place for everything. And just to keep it all the way true, man, that ain't gonna fly here. Not with this Pluto. Not for these folks. When somebody's born with Pluto in the 11th house, man, not only do they have a tendency to exert their power and dominance in social dynamics, which can really be a lot to deal with, but they can also have a tendency to have sharp insights about certain dynamics and trends that are too visceral and might even be terrifying or disturbing for some folks to be able to receive, man. And it's kind of through all this together that these people learn through time and through tumultuous experiences that there's something about them that just don't seem to belong. You know what I mean? And they ultimately, you know what I'm saying, end up self-creating a narrative that casts themselves as the lone wolf or the black sheep. And so it's kind of a lonely bag if they allow it to take hold of them like that. And even when that ain't necessarily the case, you know what I'm saying, what is for sure is that there really isn't a very strong capacity to keep up the peace when having to do anything fucking group oriented. So they're definitely not the type that, you know, enjoys that type of thing a lot. You know what I'm saying? They really do better in one-on-one relationships with less parameters, man. And that's just kind of what it is. Because the fact of the matter of that is that Pluto always seeks power and control, and some group or societal dynamics are going to require letting go of that shit. And, you know what I'm saying? It just makes it that much more fucking difficult for this particular Pluto placement to operate. So this is a tough placement, man. And some of the ways that I think this plays out with the person is, this is somebody that either has a profound distrust of friends and group dynamics, altogether, or they could have such intense relationships to friends or their groups that they suffocate them or scare them off. So, you know what I'm saying? That's where the repulsion and compulsion, you know what I'm saying, comes in with Pluto, man. It's either gonna love you or hate you, and that's kind of how it is. And when it loves you, it's too much, and when it hates you, it's all consuming also. So, you know, it's crazy. You see, Pluto works like this. If you address it, then you're gonna greatly empower yourself. But if you deny it, it's gonna eat your ass up, man. And, you know, when it's placed in the 11th house, it wants to seek power and control in social connections, man, through forcing one to address the shadows surrounding their own insecurities, surrounding their own social interactions. You know what I'm saying? It wants them to transform from the defiant, rebellious loner into a powerful leader for real. You know what I'm saying? Because once these people find their power, they can become extremely potent leaders, gurus, guides, and activists that the collective is going to get behind instead of give the cold shoulder to, man. But another fact of the matter is, you know what I'm saying, Pluto's going to force them to develop some motherfucking social skills. That's what it's going to do. And it's going to do it the hard way before any positive transformation can take place, man. All in all, though, you know, by feeling like they don't belong, Pluto in the 11th house folks are driven to create their own unique path just for them, where they will always kind of belong in essence. And then they can invite others along the journey with them. You know what I mean? People that are like-minded or people that don't have to be like-minded, and they all respect it. You know what I'm saying? As this Pluto in the 11th house person blazes trails, man, I'll be glad when this Mercury retrograde clears up, man, because it's got me a little more discombobulated than usual, man. And like I said, I ain't even blowed yet. But anyway, this isn't an easy Pluto. And to sum it up, by humbling them and breaking them down, then building them back up, you know what I'm saying? Pluto gives these people an intense capacity to be trendsetters and leaders, as well as puts them in positions where they're going to be the ones that everyone is looking for and looking to, for guidance when it comes to shit getting deep. And all we can hope for is that, you know, Pluto has empowered them to take the reins and guide us all home instead of shutting down and leaving us all out in the motherfucking cold recesses of space, man. So, hey, man, this is definitely a crucial bag right here. But that don't really make a fuck, because just because you build like that, it don't mean you have to build like that. And maybe one day all of y'all will get what I mean by that, man. We have all these energies in our chart, man. It's up to you how you utilize it, man. All I want you to do is make sure you ain't going backwards, okay? And hey, that's a priceless knowledge in itself. And this has been some priceless knowledge of self. Yeah, fuck with me. Hit me up in that email for the merch, man. I'm gonna keep pumping it, man. But yeah. Don't feed into the negativity, man. It don't matter where Pluto is. It don't matter where Mars is. It don't matter where you have anything, man. It's what you do with it. And even then, it ain't about what you do. It's about how you do it. That's a little free game, even though it's meant to be sold and not told. Hey, man. We got 2 more installments in this Pluto series, which I'm going to hit y'all with next week. Up next, we got a little something about those people that have Cancer rising in their natal chart. Yeah, Cancer ascendants. And until I come back with that, man, y'all keep it real, man. If anybody is waiting on a reading, man, I got behind. I'm trying to catch up, man. I'm going to catch up. You just got to understand, it's just me here, and I handle everything on my own. So everybody that's waiting, man, it's coming, man, and it's going to be well worth the wait. All right? I appreciate all the love and support, man. Y'all keep it real.